But
Says we're
I,
live, Kevin.
that was fast.
Yeah, that was
Um,
quick.
So we don't
Broadcast.
have a lot of people on today. However, what we're talking about, to cut right to the chase, is hoarding. It says about money/power hoarders with existential bumps. We'll get to that later. Well, we got to noticing that a ton of the world's problems seem to be a result of hoarding behavior. So you watch the TV shows about people who fill up their houses with junk, and you know, invariably it gets the better of them, and they lose their friends, lose their family, usually end up losing the house, everything, and it's just hoarding, like one's not enough.
Yeah,
You gotta keep collecting and collecting and collecting.
never ending.
And then so we got the notion of, well, what is different from somebody like that than, let's say, somebody who's accumulated a vast amount of money, billions and billions of dollars of money, and really their only focus is to get more. That's that's it.
That's what it
They're,
seems to us. Yep.
well, and if you go to Wall Street and talk to the people on Wall Street, which I have, by the way, you that's the focus is for people with a lot of money to get more lots of money. That's it. That's the thing. And like you couldn't spend all your money in many lifetimes. I mean, there's what do you need more money for? And then the opposite is, and it's just like a hoarder, a house hoarder. You go into a house hoarder's house and you pick up some piece of junk. Like what I saw, it was a broken brick. Would you like to throw away this broken brick? No. And furthermore, I mean, it's unspoken. If you do, I will get extraordinarily angry at
Oh,
you.
that is very disconcerting to the hoarder. Yes.
I will, well, then you go to money. Well, I'm going to take some of your money. Oh my God,
Yeah.
no, they flip out. So we got on what's the difference? But it's hoarding behavior.
There is no difference.
I threw power in there
Yeah.
just because there's power brokers in Washington, D.C., and other parts of the world, and they're addicted to power. And and of course, same process. They get okay. You got a lot of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want more.
Yeah.
There's a never ending. This is never ending because they
Right.
just want it. So it all comes back to the same behavior, hoarding, for lack of a better term, hoarding behavior. Now the house hoarders get in trouble. But the money hoarders and the power hoarders, they just run roughshod. So now there are countries who have put limits on the money hoarders, and that's easy. They use what's known as a progressive tax system.
Right.
So the more the and the United States used to be a progressive tax system.
Yep. Not too long ago.
Now, where the more you make, the more you get taxed, and, all the way up to 50% and more. Well, and you say, well, that's not fair. Well, yeah, it is
Mm-hmm.
because they used all the resources in the United States or
They
wherever.
accumulate all of that money.
Right. All of the stuff, all the people, all the roads, all the electricity, all the
Yeah.
infrastructure necessary for them to make all that money is a byproduct of them being a citizen here. So, yeah, so you get taxed.
So they,
Oh, no, no, no. They hate that. Oh, no, no.
yeah. Well, now we're back to the I'm losing stuff again.
So can't do that. So they whittled that away to basically we have a regressive tax system. so that the poor pay more in taxes than the wealthy. Warren Buffett famously said that. He said, I pay much less as a percentage of my income, I pay much less in taxes than one of my employees. So anyways, what we're noticing is a chit chat. We're chit chatting about hoarding and how do you, just like anything, you got to put limits on it, hoarding and or power. So power, I guess that comes under term limits and try and put term limits in. And then that would be one way of limiting power. And another a way of limiting unfettered collection of money would be tax. You tax. Oh, the other way they do it is inheritance taxes too. They chipped away at those as well. And the trick is in the United States, it's easy, and we're not the first ones to talk about this. The people with lots of money go pay the people with power, elected people in Washington, pay them large sums of money to make sure that they don't have to pay taxes.
Right.
That's the simple of it.
Yeah.
And they don't get regulated, so they don't have to deal with pesky regulations and stuff. And so the point is, and we never really belabor stuff
No.
on this,
No.
but it's hoarding.
Yeah.
And do we want to, gosh, see the world ruined by hoarders? Because, I guess that's where I was going with the house. Invariably, a
Yeah.
house hoarder ruins their house.
It falls apart. Literally falls apart.
Literally falls apart.
Yeah.
Well, when you're hoarding money, meaning that you've got to eat up all kinds of resources, natural resources, and such. Eventually, the house they're living in, the world they're living in, is going to fall apart. It can't sustain.
Can't sustain the continued accumulation of money and power by people at the top.
By a few people.
Yeah.
No, it'll finally tap out. It'll finish. So and my best read of history, Phil, is that this has happened many times before.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Kevin. I've been thinking about this, and maybe I think about. I thought about when the colonists first came into this country, and they needed wood. They needed wood to build houses, and needed wood to keep themselves alive.
Good example.
And they deforested so much stuff that at some point somebody did say, "Whoa, we got to stop cutting down all these trees." Right?
And they, like from where you are, Phil's in Pennsylvania.
In Pennsylvania, yeah.
And I'm up in Maine, and that entire
It was
was solid trees.
Yeah.
And they came in and for housing and for
Wiped them out.
heat, just wiped it out, right?
Yep, wiped it out.
and so they had to stop.
Yep.
But you can look like Bronze Age. What happened to the Bronze Age? Well,
Oh yeah.
same
Yeah,
thing.
go all the way back. Yeah.
The wealthy got very, very wealthy, and they kept accumulating wealth.
Yep.
Until it all fell apart. And now they're barely blips in history.
Mm-hmm.
So my guess is that we humans aren't good at stopping hoarders of money and power. We're not. We just. And it's hard to stop them.
Yeah.
We're going to say it's easy. So, but no, we don't. We would have to have the legislative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oomph to do it, and then here comes the money.
Yeah. Right.
People on. I mean, literally, and I'm sure it still goes on with briefcases of cash.
Hmm.
You know,
Oh,
literally cash payments.
pallets of cash.
Yes, much cash that and of course you get enticed by the money and well, I gotta have a little bit over 50% and I don't know. So anyway, that's what the point is. And let's if we can chit chat and the existential bump is that if Phil and I and others manage to get enough people standing back from an existential point of view
Hmm.
and look at it that way,
Yeah.
saying, it seems like our problem is the hoarders of money hoarders and power hoarders. They're hoarders. They're just hoarders. What can we do about them? And right now, there's nobody's, well, I shouldn't say nobody. Phil and I do.
Yeah.
Maybe a few other people do look at it from that point of view
Yes.
that either hoarders, that means they're sick.
Yeah.
By definition, it's a DSM
Yeah. Diagnosable condition.
diagnosable condition. I mean, I can diagnose, and I'm not I diagnose an individual, so
Right.
I'm not violating
Right.
any rules here. But writ large, yeah, they're hoarders,
Yep.
behave as hoarders. Uh, they they
And the
live.
thing we know about hoarders is that they don't change on their own.
Oh no, it takes a tremendous amount of intervention
Hmm.
uh, to get them to change. So there would have to be interventions, but right now there's just no interventions. There's none whatsoever. So probably a legislative solution, and we can hold out hope for that because they're not going to get insight. The hoarders are not going
No,
to get in.
no, no. Just
No,
imagine going and explaining this to them. Well, here's what's happening. No,
I'm that much of a realist, but it
no.
really is what's going on. And it's probably going to end up where things go too far and
Yeah.
things fall apart on
And
us.
there's a some corrective mechanism appears.
Or a reckoning.
Yeah,
Uh,
or well, that would be a corrective mechanism too, right?
yeah, of, of the more severe kind.
Right. Unintended corrective mechanism.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what we wanted to chit chat about and see
Yeah.
if we can poke that into the dialogue
Into
and
the
maybe
conversation, into your
into
chit
the
chatting conversations.
you know if we hear about Wall Street and stuff, and if you meet some people from Wall Street that really hang with that crowd, it's hoarders supporting hoarders.
Hmm.
It's wild. It's a whole industry around Wall Street
Yeah.
devoted to helping people hoard money.
The hoarding game, right?
The hoarding game is really what it is, right? They don't, because now that at this point, they don't make anything. They just
No.
make money. It's the primary thing is make money. It's not cars, not tanks or
Nope.
anything. That's all small potato stuff. The biggie is this money, derivatives. Remember
Oh
derivatives?
yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping those shareholders happy.
and, and that's it. The whole game is about right, keeping the shareholders happy. You have to turn a profit. So once you on Wall Street, every quarter you need to be showing a profit, or you're going to die. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that's a foolish game. That'll eventually run out. You can't expand forever. Uh, the Earth is a finite resource, which, by the way, is when some of them start thinking, well, we'll go to Mars, we'll mine
Oh
Mars.
yeah, that's a good one, right?
So they're just looking for more ways to hoard money. I'll just get back to it. It's all hoarding. So, so in that regard, all these other mental illnesses that we talk about, depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, bipolar, blah, 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 they all pale in comparison to the damage done by the hoarders.
The impact, yes.
The impact of the hoarders, that's the biggie. Those other ones, they're minuscule, just minuscule.
Yeah.
I mean, even your serial killer, I mean, the impact of a serial killer up against the impact of a money hoarder, the money hoarder probably kills a lot more people,
Yep.
by starvation
Yep.
and denying people stuff.
Yep.
It's really, I mean, they're hidden killings. You can't
Yeah. You
put a finger on them,
can't go back and count them,
right? But
but you know they're
they're there nonetheless, right?
there. Mhm.
They are there, and the true order, they don't care.
Yeah.
And there's quite the narcissistic quality to hoarders. They don't care. It's all about their hoarding, all about their thing. So maybe we'll get a conversation started about hoarders, and it'll be a legislative solution. That one is you're not going to talk them out of it. They're not going to get insight. We'll just have to hope that maybe we can get some legislators in and get them to put some restrictions on the hoarders before the money hoarders get to them and pay them off.
Mm. Yeah,
and,
that's the other game.
I bet. Well, I wonder how long it is before a congressman or a senator, a new one, gets elected and gets to Washington, and how long is it before, yeah,
They get
the
co-opted.
the money people will show up?
Oh yeah. I think as soon as they get the whiff that there's a change, they're showing up even before they even get their seat.
And they're showing up, dangling money
Yep.
and power, money and power. Because in Washington and other places, of course, the currency is power. Nice to have both, but still, weird game. Anyway, hoarders.
Yeah.
Let's talk about hoarders and the damage that they do, and it's a lot. It's even a lot now. Even house hoarders, the damage is
Mm.
much more than you imagine. I mean, I did one of those binge watching things back in probably COVID. And my wife and I watched a bunch of those hoarder shows. And part of the interesting thing is it would show up at first and it would say something like, I don't know, 1 or 2% of people were hoarders.
Yeah.
And it got all the way up to almost 10%. Uh, and if you look around your communities, it's close to 10% of houses are hoarded.
1 in 10, folks,
1 in 10.
of the people in your neighborhood.
Right. So if you got 100 houses, 10 of them on average were hoarded. And then back then I got to where I was looking more. If you look at the windows and you can see all the junk
Right. Right.
stacked up behind the windows and stuff. Those are, of course, sometimes they're outside hoarders, and then you can see the junk in the yard and all
Oh
that.
yeah. Right. Yes.
So it's about 10% though. And then if you watch those houses over time, they deteriorate and fall apart. So that's a pretty big load even then. I don't know how many houses there are in the United States. But if 10% of them are hoarded,
Yikes.
that's that's expensive.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. And then you get the money hoarders and the power hoarders. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
We need a documentary.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they talk about like the Bronze Age. I watched a documentary on that. Well, they never mentioned that. Well, it was probably hoarders of money and power that brought it on.
Mm.
That the thing that was driving all of that was hoarding.
Yeah.
So what we really got to deal with is hoarding. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Seems like I'm not wrong because I've met house hoarders and I've met money hoarders. And yes, and I'm a psychologist. So they share the same
Yeah.
process. That I can tell you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the same process. Same behavioral markers, same
Well,
stuff.
you mentioned the word. It's all behavior.
Yeah. So yeah,
If
it's
you just look at it in terms of behavior, these are behaviors.
yep. Yep. But one, money hoarding is accepted. Uh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Versus house hoarding is not accepted. Not okay.
Yeah.
And the existential bump will be we all get to looking at it. So everybody go look at it. Start having conversations about it. Expand the hoarder shows, and maybe they'll do a documentary on money hoarders. That'll be fun. Who knows? But that's what they are. Behaviorally, that's what they are.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's what you're looking at.
This is what they are. So, in the meantime, what else, Phil, and I doing? You can click down below for early access. We never mention those anymore. But people do sign up
We've had a
for,
few. Yeah, that's some people signing up.
yep, that's for our pro-social course where you can go talk to people using the ACT and pro-social diagrams. Very handy. I mean, I would go talk to a room full of hoarders.
You can use the matrix, just walk right in there.
Walk right in and do it. It's fun to do. It gives you a lot of freedom for being able to go and talk to any one or any group of people, as long as they're just not severely mentally, you know, damaged, like
Right.
brain damage or something, or schizophrenia or severe
Yeah.
bipolar
Right. Right.
disorder, where they just really can't communicate with you. As long as they got their communication going, we can go in and talk to them. So that's what we do when we're not talking about hoarders or watching Phil. Before we started today, he was talking about the different streaming. What do they call where they have a series of shows?
Oh, streaming platforms, you mean?
I know, but like Stranger Things
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah.
The
Serious.
Wire,
Right.
uh, Breaking Bad.
Right. Right.
These are all. I know I saw a little bit of the documentary on the making of Stranger Things,
Mm.
and twin brothers started that, and they said like each episode is like a movie. It's like, and I like, well, I guess for all of these things,
Yeah.
like Breaking Bad or whatever, every darn episode is Fargo. That was another one where they
Oh,
broke up
right.
and did Fargo. Each and every one of them is a movie in and of itself. So interesting. It's a lot of work goes into all of those. And it's
Yeah.
sort of what was that one about chess?
Oh, the young,
Queen,
the
the Queen
Queen's Gambit, I think it was.
Yeah, that was it. That was another. So we were talking about the ones that we watch and don't watch.
Yeah,
Uh, so some of them we don't watch because it's too much like work that we're
yeah,
used
right.
to.
Yeah,
That's
looking for escapism when you're getting on these streaming
yeah,
channels.
that's why something like Stranger Things is
Yeah,
nice. It's
I want fantasy, not reality.
fantasy, right? Lord of the Rings,
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I don't want that reality. But if it is reality, I want, something
Not
not
my
real,
reality, someone
not
else's
reality,
reality.
not the reality of the work that I used to do.
Yeah.
No want that.
No, no, no.
Even though I was fascinated by hoarders because I really wasn't trained, and we didn't talk too much about hoarders back when I was being trained
Right.
uh, as a
No, no, I don't
psychologist.
recall ever having any lecture or clinical work around hoarding.
No,
And
I don't think
when we
you
all
ever
encountered them, we went out into our practices, and eventually you're going to run into one.
you run into them, but I mean, as far as the training,
Yeah,
no, I
no,
don't think
there
it was
wasn't
ever.
anything like that back in the day. No.
No, no. But now, then that so since I had little exposure, I was interested in watching the shows,
Hmm.
uh, and then I suppose it's when I worked with the Wall Street people that it really came to me. It was the same. It was the same behavior,
Yeah, yeah,
except of course Wall Street people. I mean the big money people. They hire people to hoard for them.
yeah,
They, that's
yeah. That's what successful, efficient hoarding does for you.
you can go hire hoarders.
You get people to do your hoarding for you.
Yikes! Oh well.
So you
So
can go
anyway,
off and hoard something else, basically, is the idea, right?
yeah, I know one thing. The more I watched those hoarder shows, the less stuff was in my house.
Yeah, right.
It did motivate me to
A good cautionary tale, right?
test that stuff.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
look at something like something that's broken. Should I keep that?
right.
No.
No.
Not keep that.
Yeah. If I'm asking if I should keep it, I probably shouldn't.
That's basically it, right? Or you go in your closet and find clothes you hadn't
Yeah.
worn
Oh, yeah.
in
Right. Yep.
at least go to Goodwill.
Yeah, well, there you go. And
So
now you're sharing, right?
of course, a lot of that's where people go get that's the hoarding supply
Oh,
stores.
that's true too.
By the way, another thing you watch the hoarding shows, folks, is they go to these dollar stores or dumpsters.
Yeah.
So it's really not hard to fill up a house with not
No.
very much money.
Yep.
Uh,
They pick it up, they look at it, good stuff, they take it home.
they take it home, they go get stuff for a nickel to a dollar at
Yeah, look what I got.
a store, and they get a
Put it in
bag
the
full.
pile.
Oh, and that's it. You'll watch them. They'll carry the plastic bag into the house,
Yeah,
toss it up on the pile,
yeah.
and walk
They're done.
away.
They're done.
It's the acquisition.
Yeah. Yep. It's
you
it's the relief move of the hoarding, right?
of course, you can't take it out the pile and get rid of
Oh,
it.
no, no, no.
So that's become
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah, don't try to rearrange anything in a hoarder's house.
Oh, they don't like that either.
No.
Oh, no, no. I did know somebody in my life that was a hoarder, and she had hip surgery, is what it was. So her sons came in and cleaned up her house some. I don't think I knew both of them. They said, we didn't throw anything away. We
Yeah,
just rearranged it so she
right.
could get around easier. I, I knew her for 10 more years. She never forgave him.
Never got over it.
Never got over it. Nope. Never
Nope.
got it. She was convinced they had thrown stuff away.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't know what they'd thrown away, but she was convinced they had.
Oh, Something has left my house. I don't know what it is, but I know something has left my
Literally,
house.
that was it. I don't know what it is, but they rearranged things, so I
Yeah,
can't.
it's gone. It's missing.
It's not the same. It's, in my
Yep,
mind, missing. It's really a very powerful disease.
it
Really.
is.
So, so anyway, that's what. So hoarding. I think one of our big problems with the human race is hoarding.
Yeah.
The,
Yep.
the
What?
existential month is if we can get more people looking at it.
Right.
We might. I don't know.
We might.
Phil and I are realists. We never.
Yeah.
We don't.
Now, it doesn't stop us from suggesting that.
We put it out
Might
there.
want to take a look at this,
It would be good.
and
You
we'll
people.
probably keep doing that.
Oh yeah, we'll be back. We'll do more. We keep coming out and doing things. It's
It's
sort of
pro-social. We're
it's
looking for.
we're trying to be. But hoarding is not pro-social.
Well, I was going to say probably what does things in at the end of the day, including the Bronze Age, is the lack of shared purpose, as we always talk about, right? Instead of
And,
starting with the shared purpose and continuing to come back to the shared purpose, for whatever reason, you drift away from it and trouble ensues.
and hoarding is is a purpose, an individual's purpose.
Yeah, it's a
I
me.
guess hoarders sort of get together so they can hoard more money, but still pretty individual about it. But it's
Yep.
not for the shared purpose of the greater good.
No.
It's just not. It's just not. Nor is house hoarding. Hoarding's just not. It's not a shared purpose. It's not a
Or
pro-social behavior. It just simply is not. So, but if you got enough money, you can convince people that it's okay.
yeah,
That's sort of what they do. Interesting. We'll keep plugging away at it.
most definitely.
We'll probably be back. What is today?
Today is
The
the 15th.
15th,
Yeah.
22nd. We'll be back on the
Yeah.
22nd.
We'll come
We'll
up with
figure out. We'll figure out something else
yeah.
to chit chat about, something to go. But I'm not going to get off this hoarding thing though,
Now,
because it's a big problem.
this definitely needs to be brought into conversations.
Well, quite literally, it's killing us.
Yeah.
The race, the human race, it's killing us. And that's why we throw power in there.
Yeah.
Money is one thing, but it's also power, the accumulation of power over other people. Power meaning power over other
Power
people.
over others. Yeah.
Right. That's also a sick hoarding drug behavior. We'll keep talking about it. We'll figure out inventive ways to talk about it.
It's a worthy goal.
That's where they go. In the meantime, I don't know what else is going on. President's Day?
Yeah. Well, there's Martin Luther King Day, I think, coming up.
Is that what's coming up on
Yeah,
Monday?
that's the next one, and then the presidents
And then President's Day after that.
celebrate that. Yep.
Wow. It doesn't make a big difference in my schedule, those holidays. So, but we'll be back. Everybody have it's Martin Luther King Day Monday, so have a good one of those if you have a holiday, and keep at it. Get a
Yeah.
hold of it. If you want training? Let us know.
Check it out. Yeah.
Check it out. We do it. Somebody bought a course today. Act for PTSD, I think.
There you go.
Yeah, go for it. In the meantime, it's winter here in the United States. I was watching some of the highlights of the preliminary events to the Australian Tennis Open.
Uh-huh.
It's hot down there.
Yeah, it is not winter down there.
The opposite down there.
They're boiling. Yeah. boiling.
So maybe we'll do that one day.
Coming to you live from Australia. No.
Australia. I'm sure they have hoarders down there too.
Oh, I can.
It's a human behavior,
Yep.
a problem human behavior. Okay. See you next time.
Be safe.
Be safe. Yeah. Stay away from hoarders.
Right.